Department of Labor, AFGE, and FUN Fund. I'll say something else in here.
All right, everyone. Trying to keep up the energy there.
Yeah.
Together we fight. Together we win. Together we fight. Together we win. Together we fight. Together we win. All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Mike Scullin. I'm a student with AFGE 2391. We represent the. There we go. We represent the Department of Labor employees. All right. For a while now, I've been hoping that my local and the SSA local could get together. So I'm so happy to see all of us standing today in solidarity. You know, for me, seeing Social Security thrive is a personal matter. My brother works for Social Security in Arizona, so for me, SSA is family. But Social Security is a part of most people's families. Most of us have someone, a friend, a neighbor, a family member, if not ourselves, that relies on these benefits. So keeping SSA strong should be important to everyone. But we know that Social Security is under attack. They're doing it with funding cuts, with staffing cuts, closing locations, and destroying morale. And now DOGE is trying to take control of the data to invade people's privacy and purge people from the rolls. People who've earned these benefits. And the fear now is that they want to use this data to track people and hand them over to ICE. And of course, people have been trying to discredit Social Security for 90 years. Speaking from my own experience, you're seeing something like that now happening at the Bureau of Labor Statistics,
Yes.
where I work.
Kill the messenger.
There are people in the media trying to cast doubt on what we publish. They say that we can fake the data. Well, let me tell you, that is impossible. Our data is checked and double-checked by others, reviewed in our offices, regional offices, national offices. We verify every number.
Yes, I do.
Every number.
The real threat isn't fake data. It's the campaign to destroy the public trust in our agency.
That's right.
And now that is easier to do. And if people don't know what to believe, it's easier to manipulate them. And when an agency loses the trust of the public, it's easier to destroy. That's the pattern. Discredit the work, demoralize the workers, and dismantle the service. But there are also ways to defend a public service. And that's what we're doing here today. We defend public services by standing up together, bringing together different federal unions, fighting alongside community organizations, and partnering with the very people who rely on these benefits to survive. And we must succeed. We need to fight together for as long as it takes. Because Social Security isn't just a program, it's a promise.
That's right.
Together we fight, together we win. Let's keep Social Security strong.
I'm shocking a couple of people. These are some of the workers Sean in the San Francisco office. Come here, Sean.
My name is Sean Gibbons, and I work at the Mission District office with Social Security.
Yeah, Sean.
And to say that workers in our position are under attack is an understatement.
Yes.
We've had to deal with intimidation tactics, emails on the weekly from head administration officials that have told us that being a public worker is less efficient than being a private worker. We've had to deal with being forced to send an email to a head administration official every week to justify our work that we do to help the American people every day.
Right.
And in the front line, we're having our coworkers pulled to the national teleservice line because they won't hire more workers to work on that line
That's right.
themselves. So they're taking away the people that go onto the front and help the public to help with the people calling into the services.
Instead of hiring more people.
Instead of hiring more people.
They are robbing Peter to pay Paul.
So exactly, robbing Peter to pay Paul. So as Social Security workers, we're out here today to stand up to say that we need more Social Security staff so that more Americans can get
The services.
timely services and timely access to their benefits. Because with staffing cuts, people will get their benefits cut.
That's right.
People won't get their benefits in a timely manner. And it's important that we all come out and support the people, the American public, that needs to get their benefits in a timely manner.
My name is Mike, a steward with AFGE 2391. We represent Department of Labor employees here.
And what's going on with the cutbacks? I mean, apparently they don't believe in the Labor Department, and it's causing a lot of problems.
Yeah, it's a little different for every agency. We have a program, OFCCP, which they have basically wiped out completely. They have a couple employees still left in Dallas, but this is an important agency that they're the ones who go and look for discrimination in federal contracts. In fact, they're the only agency that looks for discrimination against veterans. So they've completely cut them to the bone. We have Job Corps, which is just absolutely essential. That has been cut. We're trying to save it. It's going back and forth. And then a lot of programs, even with a program like the Bureau of Labor Statistics, that one is somewhat safe, but what safe looks like is down by 20% people, significantly understaffed, and it's difficult. It's difficult, and they're doing all sorts of these things to crush morale. So even when they're not giving you cuts, shutting down your building, they're still making you want to quit every single day. So yeah, the morale is low. So that's why we have events like this. Kind of bring that morale back up, fight together. This is a perfect one because we have the people who rely on Social Security with actual workers who are doing the Social Security, and you hear a lot, people kind of crapping on federal workers, but here you're able to see that there are people out here that appreciate you, that need you, and it kind of gives you that energy to keep fighting.
And on MSNBC this morning, Kramer was talking about turning over the Bureau of Labor Statistics to a private company. What would that happen? I mean, if you had a private company?
Well, there are private companies right now that try to collect this data, and a private company, they're going for profit, so they're cutting corners. They're measuring some things and not others. They're basically serving their client, which is Wall Street. Bureau of Labor Statistics, we are not going for profit. We're going for the best, most accurate data. So if that takes a little more training, for me it took 3 years to get certified and probably about 5 years to get really going. So when they just cut 20% of my office, you had 20, 30 years of knowledge going out the door, and it was so fast we weren't able to pass that over.
That's very valuable, that knowledge.
Exactly, and that's extremely valuable. All those years of training, there really is no way to replace that. It's absolutely terrible.
Is that part of privatization? Get rid of the professionals and so that they can't do their jobs?
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of things to try to get people to even consider privatizing something like the BLS, which really is the gold standard. Just first you got to destroy it. You have to destroy the credibility. Like I was saying before, there actually is basically no way to fake these numbers. We got it. I'm checking it. My machine is checking it. My boss is checking it. We have regional staff that checks it. Goes to national and they check it. Then they run it through again. They're calling back the people we called. Like, did he really give you this numbers? There's no way. It's impossible. So maybe at some point they told the higher ups, look, you're not going to be able to fake this data. There's just no way to do it. So you discredit it. You do certain things. You maybe appoint certain people that makes it.
The guy that they want to appoint apparently was in the January 6th rally, and apparently he doesn't really have the ability to do what should be done.
I won't say much about them, but if you Google them, you'll find some interesting information. And the one thing, even the unqualified, it's really just a difference in mindset. Our commissioners at the BLS are focusing on the data. They're completely focused on the data.
They're professionals. They're focused on the job.
And any sort of political agenda is just out the window. We don't care if it benefits one party or the other party. It's all of that, and it gets down to the culture too. So the BLS, from top to bottom, it truly is apolitical. We are focused on blocking that stuff out and just getting the most accurate data. And if it makes someone look good, then so be it. If it makes someone look bad, that's not even my thought. It's just get the most accurate data published.
But it sounds like they're unhappy with the data.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And some of the things that they're critiquing, these large adjustments, seasonal adjustments, and things like that. There's a lot of things. There's things that happen in the economy. After COVID, a lot of businesses closed down. So we sample these businesses several years out in the future. And by the time we get there, half of them, they don't exist anymore. So it's hard to collect the same amount of data when the economy kind of got wiped out during COVID. One answer to that would be to actually staff us higher and allow us to do more travel. Kind of, someone was listening to the workers doing the actual job. We have plenty of ideas how to do it, and we don't care about some expensive thing. It could be something simple. Just ask us what you need to do. Of course, we want the efficiency. We don't want to make our jobs harder or anything like that. And a lot of times we're seeing if the job is harder, it's more inefficient. It's coming from the top. It's coming not just from the top of our agency, but it's coming from outside pressure. Corporations, they kind of want it one way or another. And that's
Doge and Musk thought that they could do AI, could take over a lot of this work. Would AI work in what you do?
They've done a few kind of soft tests with it. There's some stuff going around on the internet too about how clever AI can be. It just makes up stuff. It just put it in there, ask us how can you.
Who's going to check that?
Well, it would take more time for me to run through AI and then go and look up everything. Like, is this made up? Is this real? From what I saw, it was basically worthless. Maybe somewhere there's a way to use it in a small little way, but there is absolutely no way it can replace jobs. So
you need actual human beings, labor.
Yeah, you need actual human beings. And the way we collect our data, people don't know. People actually like myself have to go out business to business, talk to the owners there, talk to the people doing their accounting, and try to get them to provide this data to us. That takes a lot of giving them confidence that this data is going to be protected and secured. If you just have an email created by AI sent to them,
it's just going to respond to the email. So many emails people get.
Yeah, so it'll just be deleted. There's no chance. Pretty much how you can email. People like email a little bit. You can use the phone, but what really works is you got to show up there in person, show that you're a real human being, show your badge, give them the confidence that we are totally focused on protecting their data, and we're only using it to get the best economic picture for the nation. So I don't know what these robots are going to look like. Maybe you can make a few of them rather handsome or charismatic or something like that. I think we're way off from that, but you just can't replace a human being doing this stuff.
My name is Annette, and I worked for 50 years, since I was 15 years old, and paid into Social Security for 50 years, and that's my earned benefit. I am counting on getting that money back that I paid into Social Security all those years for the rest of my life, to have enough money to live on in my retirement years. So it is very, very disconcerting to me that the current government is doing so many things to destroy Social Security. Well, that's money that we've earned, and this outrageous behavior on the government's part has to stop.
And what do you think is behind it? They're trying to privatize. That's part of their program, Project 2025. Do you know about Project 2025?
Yes.
What do you think about it?
I think it's horrible. I think this is a really concerted effort on the right wing and the Republican Party to take over our government, to destroy our democracy, to privatize everything so that billionaires keep getting richer. And it's all at the expense of regular people and working people and middle class, and it's completely outrageous.
My name's Sylvia Norman. I'm president of Local 3172. That's Northern California, Northern Nevada.
And
the Social Security offices.
you're here in the federal building here in San Francisco. The government, Trump has brought in Elon Musk with Doge to supposedly make things more efficient. Are they more efficient at Social Security?
No, they're having a very difficult time in keeping the privacy of the employees and of the public. They've changed phone systems. They've taken half the staff from the field office and made them answer phones so that there are less people to take care of the general public when they come into a field office. And a lot of people don't have access to computers, and they're trying to force people to use computers to make their claims, and a lot of the elderly are having difficulty with changes of address and direct deposits because of all the complications that they put into place unnecessarily. So, my thing is, if it's not broke, why fix it? And
So you think they want to make it broke so they don't have to pay?
Definitely, they want to make it broke so that it's privatized. If you cripple this with staff, no staff, you cripple it with equipment that's not compatible. A lot of the disabled employees said the equipment they put in is not compatible with the blind or with the deaf.
And these are the people that need the benefits.
These are the people that need the benefits, and these are some of the workers also. But if you cripple the staff or reduce the staff, which they've already done.
How much has the staff been reduced?
Right now, we've lost 7,000 nationwide. But
these are experienced and people. It takes time. How long does it take to get experienced to do that?
Usually we say it takes about 2 years. That's just for a person off the street to begin to know the system because it's so complex. It's so complex. But if reducing staff has been a big problem because then people coming into the office have to wait longer. People that need to get services or get their claims processed because you don't have the staff. That's a backlog that's tremendous.
What is the backlog of people trying to get Social Security?
Just to get an initial decision of up to 7 months to a year, just to get an initial decision on disability. 7 months to a year, and that's an estimate. It could take longer, depends on the circumstance. So.
What do you do in between if you can't get your disability?
Good question. How do they make it? Some don't qualify or can't qualify for public assistance because they made that even more complex. Food stamps are being cut, so that's a problem. Housing is a problem. So a lot of people become homeless or become, I've met a family of 4 that's living in their car because their son's disability, he had been receiving it, and apparently he had an overpayment, which caused them to lose half of their benefits and half the family income. They're living in their car right now.
It's a disaster for them now.
This is that, and I'm talking about people. These are lives that we're talking about. It's not just numbers, but they're lives. And since this nation was built on the diversity and of all the people, the disabled, the blind, the aged, they're all important, and they all make up this country.
And so this plan for efficiency, you're saying it really hasn't worked, it's done the opposite?
It hasn't worked at all. No, it's efficiency by cutting staff, no. Efficiency by having systems that don't work, no. I called one of our area directors' offices, which covers many different offices, and they didn't even know how to use the phone. They said it's a new phone system. They didn't even know how to use it. So they had to call me back on their cell phone because they didn't know how to use the new equipment. And this was like last week.
It sounds like chaos.
Very much, very much, very much.
And then responsible. It sounds like who's in charge?
Who's in charge? That's a good question. They're moving people around. For instance, I had an employee that wants to file for discrimination. The office that handles that was closed. So I said, how do I file if I'm being discriminated against? Another person that needed a reasonable accommodation, and they had a department that handled that. That's been eliminated. So where did she get her decision? She's been waiting over 6 months for a decision, and she's disabled. Needs a reasonable accommodation. So it's a lot of things that have caused more problems than you can imagine.
So it sounds like they're telling people you're not going to get your rights taken care of, you're not going to get your disability because we're just closing it down.
They're closing it down, and they're going to end up closing field offices. And as it's been spoken of and allude to, privatizing Social Security, which makes it extremely vulnerable. Stock markets up and down. It makes it extremely vulnerable, and I think that's a major goal. They're going to say the government can't handle it because it crippled the government. And so they're going to privatize it so that the rich get richer and they get their hands on the money that we've put in.
Is that what they tried to do to the post office, privatize the post office?
Yes, yes. Federal government altogether. I mean, there's I'm going to say conspiracy to eliminate federal workers, federal government, and privatize everything where it becomes corrupt and becomes someone's friend gets this contract.
Contractors. So that's the plan. Give it to their friends.
Give it to their friends. The wealthy get more. They have a plan, and it doesn't benefit any of us, middle class, poor, the average American doesn't benefit from the plan.
Okay. And what can people do about it?
What they can do is talk to the congressperson, the congresswoman, tell them you want to protect it. These benefits, especially Social Security, that's not something that's just a gift. We've earned our rights. We've earned this. We've paid into the system on the promise that we have there when we need it. So I think just saying that we want it protected is the first way to go, and you do that through your congressperson, through your senators.
And the issue of your union rights, they're trying to say that you don't have a right to a union. What do you think about that, and how is it going to affect federal employees?
Well, they've actually eliminated the contract for the VA, for the Veterans Administration, and saying that they're no longer part of the bargaining unit. So by doing that, they're saying you don't have a right. You don't have a right to bargain. You don't have a right to question or to appeal decisions that are made on your career, appeal decisions on any adverse actions. So again, that's to cripple the voice of the people.
Is that union busting?
That's union busting, definitely. Yes, if you cripple the voice of the people, what do you have? You have anarchy, you have chaos, you have dictatorship. You can't cripple the voice of the people and expect this to be a free government.
Are you worried about fascism?
Definitely. Don't you see it? I mean, I see it because they're saying you cannot even speak of. During the last term, we couldn't even have posters up about the union. We had to take all of our stuff out of the office. They closed all of our offices and said no literature even for people to read. And that's the beginning of fascism. That's the beginning of dictatorship. And that's not America.
Well, why aren't all the unions coming together nationally and having a national day of action of all workers, public workers, private workers? What's going on?
That's coming. Believe me, we've seen it. We have a rally going on right now in Santa Rosa. We have rallies, I guess, for the VA. That's tomorrow. I've talked to some of their workers.
I'm going to be covering that.
Yes. So. Yeah, and coming together, it's gonna be wild. What can I say? But you're gonna hear the voice of the people, and the people are being heard.